Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video. For today, we're going to be wishing you guys all a happy Halloween, and we're also going to go ahead and do our weekly Q&A leading up to episode 9 of Fear the Walking Dead. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Fear the Walking Dead, and in today's video we're going to be doing our weekly Q&A video leading up to episode 9 of this week for Fear the Walking Dead, the final season. I also wanted to hop on here and wish you guys, first off, a happy Halloween to everybody, of course, everybody that's celebrating. Hopefully you all have a great one. Hopefully you're either watching a scary movie, or trick-or-treating, or doing whatever you would like to do on this day. I'm probably gonna, do a little bit of both, give away some stuff, and then obviously, maybe watch some movies or something. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for, episode 9 of Fear the Walking Dead. We got some preview photos that aired yesterday, which we did give our thoughts on. But yeah, I just figured before we get into this, I would mention that I hope you guys all have a great Halloween. And you all have a lot of fun for tonight's creepy night, right? So, as well, I wanted to also mention before we get into this Q&A video that we just hit 10,000 subscribers, guys, which I am just completely blown away by. You guys have been overwhelming me lately. You guys are absolutely amazing. I think it was literally like 2 weeks ago we were at like 5K, and we've doubled that literally already. So, like, honestly, the words cannot express how I feel right now. But there is a special video we're going to be doing very soon. It's probably going to be in about a week from now to celebrate how incredible you guys are for getting me to 10,000 subscribers. I'm still preparing it, but there is a special video I want to do for you guys that you guys will be seeing very soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, just initial reaction to 10K. Honestly, guys, I remember like it was yesterday. It was a big deal for me to get 12 subscribers. So for you guys to do that was absolutely insane. The new people that have joined the channel have been nothing but kind. So I appreciate everybody that's been commenting, liking the videos, sharing the videos, all that stuff. You guys are absolutely amazing. I absolutely love every single one of you guys. Even the trolls, even you trolls that think I just hate on everything. Like I said, you're supporting the channel either way. So it's like, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, thank you all for, of course, all the support. And hey, here's to 20K, man. I mean, honestly, I didn't think 10K would happen, but you guys absolutely blew me away. So yeah, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. But anyway, let's get into the Q&A for this week for Fear the Walking Dead. First one for today comes from Johnny, who says that, Dan, do you think Daniel will ever forgive Madison for what happened? Or really even be allies with Victor Strand anymore? Because we only have a few episodes left of the series, do you think it's possible that we will see them eventually join forces again, and Daniel will be able to move past this, and he just needs a little bit of time, but he'll return? So yes, Daniel is not going to stay mad at Madison. I don't think so, simply for the reason that there are clips in the teasers and there are clips in the trailers where Daniel is with Madison and Victor, and they're all doing a plan together, right? So I don't think that Daniel is going to stay away from Madison too long. I just think that he needs some time. He needs to process what just happened. I don't think he's going to let Madison and Padre die. I don't think that's what Daniel's about. I don't think he's that mad about it. I just think he's at a point right now where he's like, all right, Madison, look, like, I can't believe I just lost another daughter because of your, mission, right? I'm not going to help you, and that's just him kind of being angry. But I feel like in the final episode, he'll return. He'll have a big moment, and he's going to be like, all right, look, I'm not happy about what you did, but at least, I'm not going to watch another moment where, you're about to die and people think you're dead and stuff like that. I'm not going to watch you die a second time, right? And I know Daniel wasn't there when Madison died the first time, but you know what I mean. Like, he's like, I'm not going to let you die a second time, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Daniel, he's got enough of a heart to where if he found out that Madison was in serious danger and Padre with kids inside was about to fall, I feel like Daniel would come back, and I think that's what's going to happen. As soon as he knows that Troy knows exactly where Padre is, I feel like Daniel's going to go back, yeah. As for Strand, I don't really think Daniel and Strand have any kind of rivalry going on, so I think they'll be fine. I think Daniel and Strand are just going to kind of end on, like, okay, I don't like you too much, you don't like me too much, but we're on the same team, so we kind of have no choice. I'm probably going to throw a few insults at you here and there, but, like, that's about it, you know what I mean? I feel like that's where we're going to end their relationship, I guess, as friends. Well, actually, Daniel said they're not friends. So I don't know what you want to classify them as, but, whatever. The two of them, Strand and Daniel, I think are just going to have to learn to coexist, which they already have been, so I think it's just going to remain that way. But yeah, once he finds out that Madison's in serious danger and there's Padre kids involved and stuff like that, I feel like Daniel's going to have it in him to come back and finish this off, right? Especially kill Troy, get revenge for Charlie and stuff, and then he'll look at Madison, he'll be like, look, I'm not exactly too happy with you, but, I can live. I can live with this, right? I needed some time, right? That's basically all I think it's gonna be. Although Daniel, I must say, and this is one thing I really have been enjoying about this final season so far, Daniel has been a great character. Daniel's been really good. I really didn't like what they were doing with him with his memory loss problems last season, but they've really, really done a good job with him this season, I must admit. And I think overall, Daniel has been a really solid character this whole season. Absolutely. Next one comes from Fairs, who says that, Dan, do you think Troy will survive or die at the end of this season? So, I think he's dead. Unfortunately, I do. I think the entire time that this Troy thing was planned, I feel like they pitched this thing to Daniel Sharman as like, okay, we got a limited role for you. He's in like 6 episodes to cap off the series. We'll kill him at the end. Can you come back for Troy? Can you come back and cap off Fear in a good way? You know what I mean? I feel like that's all it was. I don't think that Troy's here to stay or be a mega part of this franchise or anything like that, especially if he's acting like a villain. I mean, yes, is it possible that the Fear writers could be like, oh, well, Madison's about to kill him, and then she says, no one's gone until they're gone, and removes the gun from his head. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, they would do stupid crap like that, for sure. But I just don't see it. With the way they're building up Troy, the only way I could see it is if, like, he really messes around and, like, Alicia comes back and she's like, well, Madison, he saved my life. Like, I don't know what he told you, but, and it was just to, like, kind of get back at her or something, but he didn't actually do it. Then it would make more sense. But at least right now, I don't see a scenario where Troy would survive this show. I really don't. I wish he would because I love the actor and I love his charisma, but I don't see it. I don't really see a chance to where Troy could survive, and that would just be it. You know what I mean? Next one comes from Paul, who says that, Dan, 2 questions for you. First off, do you think Dwight and Sherry are going to wonder where some of these old communities are at and go exploring next episode, like Morgan did in King County? Another one is, Dan, do you think that Luciana and Daniel will be a, like, major successful drop point and they will be, like, a main community, just like issue 193 of the Walking Dead comics, where they'll be, like, a big location that people talk about for years and, like, they're out there helping people and they're kind of their own group? Do you see that happening? Well, honestly, I could see something like that, although I feel like the problem is with that is that fuel, and I still find it unrealistic sometimes, even in this timeline, the fact that we're over a decade into the apocalypse and we're still using fuel, we're still using, vehicles, we're still doing all this stuff, like, it feels a little bit unreal. But I will say this, I do like the idea of Daniel and Luciana teaming up, because finally they're doing something with Luciana. It's not anything major, but at least they're doing something with her. Her character has been so boring the last few seasons, it's not even funny. So I'm actually down for a Luciana, Daniel, father-daughter type of relationship. I think that'd be good. They do got good chemistry on screen. They are very good like that. So I think it could definitely work. The only thing is that I don't think that Daniel is going to stick with what Luciana's doing. I really don't. I still think Daniel's going to go back to the group. I just think that he's currently a little bit upset. He's a little bit frustrated, and he needs a little bit of time. I really think that's all it is, straight up. I don't think that he's going to remain with Luciana for 10, 20 years and just her, I think the Fear group will end up sticking together at the end of the show. It's just a matter of, how they get back together, how they do all this stuff. That's the bigger question right there. Which we'll have to see in episode 10 once we get back to the group. Because episode 9, I don't think we're going to be seeing much of Madison, if not at all. So, it's going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how that all kind of plays out. But like I said, I think that we will definitely see, Dwight and Sherry kind of wonder, like, okay, how is Alexandria doing? How is, Hilltop doing? How are all these locations doing? Are we going to go back there? No, I don't think we will. But, it does kind of suck how close they are to these communities and they're not going back. You know what I mean? Because I would love to see Dwight and Sherry go back there, Now, some people have said, too, like, is this Dwight's final episode? Is this Sherry's final episode in Fear the Walking Dead? I could see it. I could see it. But here's the thing about it, right? Is that if this is their final episode, if this truly is their final episode, what do you do with them after? You know what I mean? Are you going to send maybe Dwight to Dead City? Are you going to send both of them to Dead City? Are you going to send them to Alexandria and just kind of cap off their characters? Like, what are they going to do with Dwight and Sherry? It's a really, really big question right now. So I guess we'll find out in a few days, but I am very excited to see where they leave those characters off at the end of this episode, for sure. It's going to be interesting. Next one comes from Ghost, who says that, Dan, who do you think was the person that saved Troy from the dam? New character. Absolutely new character. Because here's the thing, right? Some people are kind of theorizing that, okay, maybe like, Proctor John came in or like something. It's like, nah, Proctor John would not give a crap about Troy. He would not. And here's the thing. Troy would have popped up with the Proctors this season if that was the case. But I do think, and based off what we heard him say in episode 8, there was a woman that saved his life. There was a woman that, patched him up, helped him out. Apparently they had some kind of love interest from what it sounds like, and that's why he has a kid named Tracy in the current timeline. So, I don't know if we're going to see any kind of footage of, him being saved. I doubt we will, because there's only 3 episodes left. And that, that's what really sucks, right? Is like, I feel like Fear, I'm not going to lie, that's the one thing about this final half that I'm kind of noticing, is that it's like, I feel like they should have done a few more episodes. I really do, because we're getting Dwight and Sherry next week, but then we only got like 3 episodes to resolve all this stuff. And they're introducing this daughter character for Troy. They're introducing this Alicia idea. They're introducing the battle idea with Madison and them. Like, there's so much to go down and such little time. You know what I mean? Like, I want Fear to be done just as much as anybody. Trust me. I think the show has been a really rough ride. But here's the thing. You don't want to rush your ending. And I feel like they're not rushing it. I just feel like they're adding in random crap at the very end for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, don't give Troy a daughter if you don't have time to develop it, is my thing. So I'm down to see Troy have a daughter. I think it's a really unique idea. But if they're not going to show us how he had this kid, or at least some kind of answers, then it's like, I don't know. It's really, really weird. But I don't know. I almost think that Troy should have just been the main villain of all of Season 8. I mean, personally, for me at least, I would have scrapped Padre's group and Shrike and Crane and all this crap. And I would have put Troy here as the main villain for the 12 episodes. And instead of episode 3 being this stupid flashback about Crane trying to get his dad some binoculars, have the episode be about how Troy met this woman, how Troy had his daughter, how Troy, did all the stuff that he did, how he got his group, you know what I mean? That would be a fascinating episode to see. I would really like to see that, but we're not going to see an episode like that, and that really, really sucks. So, I don't know. It's very, very weird. It's very, very just odd. We'll have to see what they show us and what they don't. Fear the Walking Dead typically does not show us stuff that they tell us, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they show us and what they don't, but yeah, it's weird. It really is weird. And I hope that they can just end this right. I hope it's not too rushed, but unfortunately, I think some of this will be rushed for sure. And the last one comes from Raven, who says that, Dan, what do you think of Troy's character so far, 2 episodes into the final half of Fear the Walking Dead? Also, do you think that it was a cool line that Troy mentioned how Nick was like a brother to him? Yes, I love that. And you know why I love that is because it was paying respects to a character that was butchered in the rewritten Season 4 to Season 8 era. It really was. That was a great moment. I liked how they acknowledged Nick. I liked how they did it. I thought it was really good. It's how Troy would react under the circumstances, I think, too. So I think that was good. But I think overall, Troy as a villain, Troy as a character, everything that they've done with him ever since he's returned, I really liked him. I really do. I liked him in episode 7. And I really liked him in episode 8. Do I find it unrealistic that, he survived the dam? Yes, I will always continue to say that. And I don't really care what people say. Oh, he could have, though, Dan. He could have made it. No, I'm sorry, getting your head smashed in with a hammer twice and then crushed by a dam flooding. You're not surviving that, man. So, even if you survive, like, you're getting crushed by a dam. Like, there's no logic behind what they did. You can't tell me there is. But here's the thing. They killed him many years ago. They did want him dead on the show. They just brought him back because they didn't know what else to do. But here's the thing. I will say, despite all of that stuff, he's a really well-written character so far. I like what they're doing with him. I like his dialogue. I like the lines they're giving him. The actor is absolutely doing a great job. I feel like Troy is the main reason why 8B doesn't suck so far is because of his character. So You know, I think it's good. I think it is really, really good. And I hope that they treat him well for the final few episodes. Don't make him do something stupid like all the other Fear the Walking Dead villains for the most part. Make him good. So far, it's working. And hopefully, maybe the final half of Fear can have a perfectly good villain. That would be really nice. But we'll have to see. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.